using. I say it's Bromwell's because every time I look at it, it's Bromley's, or I think Paul Bromwell every time I see but I put it on there and I'm trying to soften it up, but I can't let it grow real long because then it gets really prickly.
Yeah, keep trying the Bromwell beard cream.
But every time I see it, that's what I think.
Step into the grand arena where the legends come to fight. Bodies clashing, dreams ignite under the neon lights. Oh yeah, Pondwater Dave is the voice calling every move. Amy, fun and the trivia getting you in the groove. Oh yeah. Feel the energy, the thunder as the crowd begins to roar. High flying daredevils in a battle like never before. Oh yeah, from the turnbuckle to the mat, the action never stops. Talking wrestling takes you to the top. Oh yeah, feel the energy, the thunder as the crowd begins to roar. High flying daredevils in a battle like never before. Oh yeah, from the turnbuckle to the mat, the action never stops. Talking wrestling takes you to the top. Oh yeah, talking wrestling, it's a war right from suplexes to body slams. We got it all inside, get ready for excitement, that's on the show. Talking wrestling, it's ready to throw down. Oh yeah.
Welcome in, everybody. This is another exciting edition of Talking Wrestling with Pondwater Dave. Join with me, as always, is the First Lady of the Arn Anderson Fan Club, Miss Amy Vaughn.
How's it going tonight?
Oh, if I was any better, I'd have to be twins just so I could stand it.
Ooh, do tell. What's going on?
Well, over the weekend, I got to referee a fantastic card of Bayou Independent Wrestling, Brookhaven, Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
I refereed Bam Bam Malone successfully defending his championship against MLW's Alex Kane, the Boombayah Warrior.
Oh my, yes.
Very, very impressed with Mr. Kane. He was something. If he wouldn't have, he got a little overzealous, got the belt, got in a tug of war with Commissioner Nick Harrison, the professor. They rolled into the ring with the belt. And
oh Lord.
I guess he was under the impression that Nick would help him. And Nick snatched that belt away from him, and he turned around just in time to take a claymore from Bam Bam. Bam Bam got the win. It was a good night. It was a good night of wrestling.
I saw clips, obviously, and it looked great. Well, just when Josh was talking about what y'all were going to have, I mean, it sounded just such a great card.
Did a three-way with the Nightmare Jeremiah, APOC, and Frankie Thomas. That was pretty jam-packed. And then I did I'm drawing a blank.
I don't know how to help you.
I didn't do Barrett. It was Steve Anthony and Alex Arsenal.
Okay.
My weeks were getting confused in my head because I've refereed the last 2 weekends. Steve Anthony and Alex Arsenal.
The matches were kind of back to back. Yeah.
And Alex Arsenal, he's this close. This close. And I mean, he has his section of people that really pull for him, even against Steve Anthony. But Steve Anthony's mowing down Southern Royalty one at a time. And so
do you think he's going to take it back over or no?
No. I don't think that he wants to take it back over. I'm pretty sure he's trying to kill it. But Steve Anthony is incredible. We got on a Monday night. We're doing special Monday night we're going to be jumping around a lot of nights because of basketball season.
Well, and let's be honest, everybody's going to be tuned into the election results. Nobody's going to want to listen to us. They're going to want to hear who won or
So
what's
you
going
think
on.
that, but I'm certain that me and you on a Tuesday night would be the only two men and women.
True.
Everybody would vote for us. As a matter of fact, tomorrow at the vote, if you don't, just write in Pondwater Dave. Could you imagine if everybody wrote in Pondwater Dave and then they had to go figure out who the hell Pondwater Dave is?
I would,
what's the over and under on months before they impeach me?
Oh, well, in the beginning, you got to be at least 35, right?
I got that covered.
You got that covered. I don't know if the whole felon thing is that still
I've never had a felony,
or not, but I don't see why you could. I don't think you'd be impeached right away. They'd probably no, they can't put a bullet through you because hell, you've already beat that. So
that's right.
I think everybody right in Pondwater Dave, they won't be able to get rid of them. So we'll have all kinds of cool stuff. Can we get rid of daylight savings time and just have a straight?
That'd be my first thing for you. I would do that immediately because it's ridiculous. I thought we were getting away with it. I'd be all right if we just moved it back every time.
Moved it. I just want to get rid of it because some places don't, and you're already dealing with Eastern, Central, Mountain. You're already dealing with time zones, and I'm just telling you, no. If you would do that, I will write your name in tomorrow. If you will tell me, I haven't voted yet. I'm voting tomorrow.
Day one, I'd get rid of daylight savings time. It'd be tremendous.
I think you could be able to do that without Congress. They tend to make things ridiculous and long, and they don't get nothing done. Don't get me started.
They probably couldn't take my potty mouth.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, don't say it at like the State of the Union. Like, keep that stuff backstage. They cuss.
But you know how I am. I get excited. I'd be like, you bitches are going to get right. And you bitches are going to get right like yesterday. And then everybody's up in arms because I called them all bitches.
That's true. And with the way technology and internet, oh man, they'd have your hide.
Well, they wouldn't have to manufacture anything. I'd be a soundbite machine.
Oh, that's very true.
I tell them we're gonna get rid of daylight savings time, and if y'all don't like it, y'all don't think I can do it. That's right. I'll kiss your ass in the middle of the Senate hall. And I'll give you 20 minutes to draw a crowd.
I mean, I think that could be refreshing. I mean, I don't know. Why not? Apparently we're just throwing shit against the wall to see what sticks. So,
well, here's the cold slap, Amy. Here's the cold slap. Now, I am younger. Than anybody's had the office in a long time.
That's very true.
But I was driving home thinking, how nice would it be just for somebody young to run? And I was like, and then because I was just, like, my joke is, y'all write my name in, and I'm like, well, shit, I'm almost 60. I'm as bad as the rest of them.
Oh, but you're not like a person who's been in politics like a career, and that's where we get, Oh, would you also do term limits? Because I think that's they're never going to vote for that, Congress. But I think
if a president can't do that, but I'd call them out and make them feel about that tall about it.
Why don't you just try it and see as president, see what happens? I mean, what are they going to do?
That'll be my second thing. You bitches are going to get rid of daylight savings time. And then you bitches are going to set term limits.
Yes.
And they're going to say, we want you to quit calling us bitches. And I'll say, well, when y'all do right.
Would you stop being one?
My third thing will be when y'all finally do right, I'm going to quit calling y'all all bitches.
Exactly. I think that, I think I'm willing to give it a shot, right? I'm willing to see how it plays out.
I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm running on the Let's Go Party ticket.
I think that let's do it.
Let's Go Party. Enough politics because we got people watching us.
True.
Because there ain't nothing else to do on a Monday night. We got plenty of people in the chat with us. Our friend Gianni's here with us. Catherine Summers is here with us. Connecting people through wrestling. Hey, man.
Hey, guy. How are you?
Willie Thornbrew's with us. We're having a good night tonight already. I'd vote for Amy too.
Oh, well,
Amy
thank
is
you.
for taking no shit.
I'm too much of a wuss. Like, I
And then
would want to try to make everybody happy. It
Arn
just wouldn't.
Anderson would be her sergeant at arms, be power bombed,
Oh,
be
yeah.
spine bustering them.
He would too. He would protect me. He loves his first lady of the Arn Anderson fan club.
Yeah, she's
He doesn't
already
have,
she's already a first lady.
that's right. He doesn't have a choice. So, right?
Yeah. My only thing that I would I can't even say it, frivolously spend money on would be having George Strait perform at the inauguration.
I don't think that's frivolous. I think that's American, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what's more American than George Strait?
I can't think of anything.
Me neither. I'm really liking your term. I'm liking your presidency here.
Yeah. Won't be hard for them to find a bunch of shit that I've done that's embarrassing.
They don't even have to dig.
They just watch the open. They just watch the open.
That's true. Who is that masked man?
Oh.
Oh, Lordy.
Don't be a Dave.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Wow. But that's how we started the weekend off. And we finished the weekend. We took we drove 3 hours to Bossier City, Louisiana to take our 3-year-old granddaughter, Aubrey, to see Disney on Ice.
I love it.
And it was Frozen and Encanto.
I love it.
And
did you love it?
I loved watching her.
Oh, I bet.
I watched her face. I was watching her face more than I was watching anything going on the ice. But it was entertaining. Man, pro wrestling could learn something from Disney on Ice. You talk about working somebody. Good God Almighty.
Oh, I bet. I think I saw she had some light up toy and some other things.
The wand. $40.
Holy moly. Do you have to have it to do something during the performance?
No, just this flashes.
Oh,
It's got 3 settings.
Oh,
it's got 3 settings. And then when I went to the back, I went to the restroom and went to go get refreshments, which got a snow cone. If you wanted the Olaf cup, you had to get the snow cone. $20.
Of course. Yeah.
They took the snow cone and put it in like a little plastic cup like you'd get in the lunchroom at elementary school and dropped it in the Olaf lid thing.
Oh, Grandpa. Yeah.
So while I'm paying $20 for a snow cone in an Olaf cup, we've already got me for 40 for the wand. I get back and she's got this bubble machine. It pushes the buttons and it just starts spraying bubbles. That lights up and bubbles come out of it. That kid laid on that bubble thing for hours. I don't know how you packed it. I don't know how you pack that stuff in there that it can blow bubbles that long. And Gianni says he worked at Disney on Ice at the PPG Paints Arena. And on Friday night, we took the baby niece and had more fun watching her. Man, I'm telling you, Andrew Hermes is here. He says he has 3 of them when he took the nieces and nephews.
Oh,
I mean, you do it and it's a mortgage payment to take the kids to Disney on Ice and they got these little cards they give you. So here's a card. If it quits working or she breaks it, just send it in and we'll send you another one.
Oh my gosh.
But
that's pretty awesome.
Anyway, the kids loaded up. The kids loaded up. The mouse skates out. Disney magic is real. Because I can sit here tonight on the podcast and tell you that I know that there's somebody inside that Mickey Mouse costume.
Sure.
But when you see Mickey Mouse, you don't think that there's somebody in that Mickey Mouse costume. That's freaking Mickey Mouse. That's Minnie Mouse. That's Donald Duck. That's Goofy. And
yeah, that makes sense.
I'm just telling you that Disney magic is real. And if you have the opportunity to take a toddler to see this, and you can watch this through the eyes of a child, there's no better feeling, man. I'm telling you, that little girl was on cloud 9. But the thing is they did Frozen first, and then they did Encanto.
Yeah?
Well, she used to be big into Encanto, and then she got into Frozen. So when Frozen left, she wanted Elsa back.
Oh, uh-huh.
So, I mean, Encanto, if Encanto would have gone first and they finished with Elsa, it probably would have, she still had a great time. But I
Sure.
mean, like she wanted Elsa back, and I mean, all the way to the car. Where's Elsa? I want
Oh,
Elsa.
I took Olivia, me and my sister. So my sister has twin girls. They're 21. Olivia's 23. We took the girls to a print or Disney on Ice. Um, I don't even know when it was. I mean, I think Olivia was probably 5 and the girls were 3, um, in Kansas City, Missouri. And, because they were stationed in a Air Force base right outside there. And you're right, they girls were dressed in their princess dresses, and it just every minute of it was just like you said, it was magical. Like it was just watching them, watching the skaters, and they were twirling and they were doing all kinds of stuff. Like you said, it is just uh so cool. You're okay paying $50 for a wand.
Yeah,
Gianni said, keep your ticket.
yeah, I've
You
got
have a
it.
warranty.
No, they gave you a
That's
card.
awesome.
They gave us a card with it. And when me and Stephanie were dating before we got married, we took Maddie. We took Maddie to Disney on Ice, and man, when she saw Mickey Mouse, she lost her shit. I mean, it was. And I took my grandson David and my grandson Rylan. We went to Dallas and took them to Disney on Ice.
What was the show? Do you remember?
I don't remember. It's been too many years. But Mickey skates out, and
Oh, well, yeah, yeah. I
Mickey
didn't
skates
know.
out, and then at the end of it, all different Disney characters like Little Mermaid,
Yes.
Little Mermaid, Eric, Jasmine, and Aladdin. They had several. Beauty and the Beast. Well, Beauty and the Prince. He
Oh, that
wasn't.
would
He
be a
didn't put the
good
Beast
one.
costume on. But what I'm saying is, it was a fun. And that Brookshire's Grocery Arena in Bossier City, Louisiana, is a
Where is
nice
Bossier City?
venue, and I think it would be really good and AEW may have been there already.
Where's Bossier? Where is that?
Bossier is,
Where's
you know where
that?
Shreveport is?
Mhm.
Bossier and
How close?
Shreveport's right there on the river.
I got you.
It's Bossier City is right on the river there. It's where the casinos are.
Oh, gotcha.
They're building a new live casino there, which I mean, it's not, they're not building it. They're converting one of the older ones into a live. They have a Texas Live right next to the Cowboys and Ranger stadiums in Arlington.
What do you mean it's live?
Live
What
is
do you
the
mean?
brand.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Really? Okay. Is that based out of Texas?
I think
Do you know?
I just knew about Texas Live, but it's the same Live logo, so they're branding it. And but that's a nice arena. It's 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
So it was a 6-hour trip with the toddler. And but we slept all the way back.
I was going to say, I bet she was wore out.
Yeah, we had a blast. So and before well, hey, is Tim Robinson in the chat? Just look at Tim Robinson hadn't said anything yet. Tim, are you watching? Are you in the chat?
I hadn't seen him show up in the chat yet.
I'm gonna give him a minute. He's a big part of the Big Time Belts commercial today.
I saw pictures.
Yeah.
He did it on Facebook.
Let's but before I refereed on Saturday, I had the opportunity to watch Crown Jewel, WWE's premium live event from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
And it was
Did
you
you do the watch along? Did you do
Yeah, I
the watch
did.
along?
I love the
You did?
daytime. I love the daytime PLEs. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't care if they ever did another PLE in America again.
Oh, that's funny. But it is nice.
Afternoon
Yeah,
wrestling is nice.
that is nice. Especially this one. It was only 3 hours. I mean, a little bit longer than even some of their normal PLEs. But I mean, yeah, 2.5 hours, and it would have been really great. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's talk about it. We see here we had, they had 7 matches listed.
Yep.
So that's
I
a
think
lot. That's a lot in this era.
I think 2 of them didn't have to be on here. That's
Well,
just my well, actually, there probably could have been 4 of them that really didn't have to be on there.
well, I have a feeling that I have a feeling when they're dealing with the kingdom,
Yeah, do
that
what you want.
they produced what they were supposed to produce. I think that's why there was so many on there. I think Saudi Arabia requires. I think I think they're very heavy handed, not so much in the booking, but
Mhm.
in who performs for them. Because I believe there was a pre-show too. And
I did not see that if there
Triple H.
was.
I mean, we got two matches that got we got the 6-man with actually 7 talents in there.
Mhm.
Eight if you count the run in. And then you have an 8-woman tag.
Mhm.
I mean, you not 8-woman tag, you got a fatal 4-way tag match. So, and then a 3-way dance. So what I'm
Mhm.
saying is we've thrown in the NXT formula that Triple H is currently booking. I truly believe that they have to give them more talent in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Just for
No, I get that.
they're servicing their I mean, it's a bot show.
Well, and like you said, I mean, what is it like? I can't even remember. Is it 50 million? Like they get, like you
I've
said,
heard
such
50,
a
I've heard
huge,
80.
yeah, that it doesn't, I mean, I don't want to say it didn't matter. Nothing changed hands. You know, nobody was crowned anything new. That has, I mean,
Well, they
except for
were.
the, who?
We got
I
new
mean,
crown jewel champions.
well, oh, yes, I'm saying we didn't get new, spoiler, if no one's watched it, we didn't get a new US person,
Right.
new champion. We didn't get new women tag team champion. I'm saying the belts that we see all the time, not the crown jewel. Like again, they come up with that for this show, I guess, so that they have something to fight for. I don't really know.
Gianni says, Dave, do you think that we will have a new belt on shop, or would it have to be made? If so, are you getting it made and would you want it? It's not something that would go. I mean, it's a really cool belt. It's a beautiful belt. It's not a wrestling belt. I mean, it was a spectacle.
Yes.
And
Well, they talked about how it was like whatever, so many diamonds, and you had to have a special, gloves to lift it and
I
stuff.
mean,
I mean, they
they
definitely.
presented these belts as a big deal, and they're also on display at the WWE Experience. That's a permanent part of. I don't remember what they called that area of town, but they've got. I mean, WWE's basically got a
Mhm.
museum store in Saudi Arabia where these belts will be on display, and they gave the winners championship rings.
Mm.
So I think these belts are a big deal. Fanatics is being fanatics. I cannot imagine that they won't be mass produced, or maybe they'll be limited because they're going to have to cost. I'm sure they're going to cost more than what your normal belts are.
Right.
Maybe they'll do a limited like your New Day belts, like your Undertaker belts, like your Stone Cold
Yeah.
belts.
Yeah.
Maybe a limited number with a big presentation.
Mhm.
Yeah, it kind of did remind me of the Mid South. If the Mid South belt had a baby with Liberace, that's what that belt reminded me of. It's a deep cut. You kids are going to have to go probably Google. Some of y'all might have to Google it. Liberace rang the bell at WrestleMania 1. Enough said. Um, but I like the belts for what they are. Uh, I question the booking. I questioned the booking, and we'll get to it when we get to it. But
Mhm.
having your two top champions face each other and trying not to make one look less than the other.
Mhm.
So that's, like I said, I understand the kingdom was heavily involved with this card.
Mhm.
Uh, from what I understand, they want a WrestleMania,
Mm.
but there's nothing that says they can't, have a WrestleMania and they just call it the greatest WrestleMania ever or something.
Wonder why? Why do you think they want a WrestleMania? I mean, they get this. They get, you know what I'm saying? Like, why do you think they want a WrestleMania?
Why would you?
Well, but I mean,
And I don't know. I don't know what the tourism numbers in Saudi Arabia are, but I know just from what I've seen watching these events from Saudi Arabia, I'd never have considered going to Saudi Arabia, but it looks beautiful, and I'd love to. I mean,
so you think they're going to look at? Well, I mean, I didn't think about that. I guess from a tourism
this is heavy.
perspective.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying they paid so much money for these shows. I mean, I guess I wasn't. I guess I was just like, wonder they're just trying to recoup their money.
Well, the shows are for their entertainment, but I think that they're really using them as. I think that because they advertise. I mean, they show so much stuff that it's really. I think it's pushing tourism to the area.
I did. Yes, I did notice that whenever watching the show that we did talk a lot about the region and the different things that, I mean, Michael
and they
Cole
show them at the resort.
Yeah,
they show the wrestlers at the resorts.
Yes, that's very true. I mean, I don't know. It's still the Middle East, and I don't say that to be ugly.
Well, I know. I mean,
still
I'm not
have
going.
So much. No, I know, but I'm just saying. I get that, but I mean, I still feel like it's really. I mean, that's the Middle East, and I mean, there's lots of fighting and lots of chaos, but I don't have enough money. It's not like I'm choosing to go there or Bali. So, I don't have any money to go there. Barely have enough money to go to a WrestleMania in the United States, much less one somewhere else,
So, I mean, even look over here. You see the logo over on the bottom right corner over there. The Riyadh season.
Yes.
And that's got that little round deal that they every time they would go into that area to that marketplace, they would shoot the camera through that logo.
Yes, you are correct. That is right.
Okay, we had the old bloodline versus the new bloodline.
What do you think about? Do you think is this starting to drag? Like, what do you think? What do you feel?
No, I felt like we were building. I mean, but the angle's taking more left turns in a NASCAR race.
Yeah,
I can't call it because I was shocked that Roman got pinned clean by Solo.
But they're going to blame Sammy for all of that. You know what I'm saying?
But Sammy didn't do that.
That was after. That's right. My bad.
Yeah, he rescued. He came in. He did a run into rescue. Right.
No,
and they all four had Solo cornered. Roman went for a spear. Sammy went for a haluva, and he ended up catching Roman.
Yes.
Was it an accident or was it not an accident? We don't know because he was talking to Solo. There's so many. You don't know. And I mean, look at Jay was not dressed like Roman and Jimmy.
Definitely.
And would not tag Roman early. So, I mean, we're coming up on War Games. We know it's going to be War Games. Is Cody going to be in there? Is Sammy going to be in there? Is Cody and Sammy both going to be in there? And are they going to throw somebody on the other side was it going to be a 5-on-5? I just don't know. And that's what makes it so great is that we don't know.
Definitely. Well, you're right about Solo and his team, the new bloodline. They are definitely more cohesive than the old bloodline. I mean, and hence they should be winning, like Solo, who did end up pinning Roman. That was the right move to me because these are all fight. Like I hate whenever, and I think we've talked about this before, but I hate whenever WWE used to put like two single wrestlers together that were bickering or whatever, and then they would beat a seasoned tag team, that had been working together.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, that's just wrong. So I like that. So like, again, the new bloodline, they're clicking. The old bloodline is not. And so
but I also like that they can't trust them. I mean, that they just didn't come out and then bam, we're all on the same page.
Right. Well, no, I'm not saying that's
they're cautiously trying to get on the same page.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. And again, how interested are they really You know what I'm saying? I mean,
and I like that that Crown Jewels become continuity as part of the storytelling process. Because so many times Crown Jewel was they were just throwing some stuff out there to entertain the prince.
definitely.
So we've come a long way in the few years we've been coming over there, that now they've actually progressing storylines.
Yes. So I think it was a good match. Like I said, I do feel like Solo's team should have won, so I was happy to see that.
Yeah, it's
And
three jars for me.
I don't think Sammy, to me, is not going to go with the new bloodline. Like, I just don't see that out of him. That's not his character. That's not anything that he has done in the past. I think he still wants to help. I mean, he's obviously closer to probably Jay and Jimmy than, you know what I'm saying? Like that. Like, I still think he wants to be part of the old bloodline, you know, things to go back the way they used to be, kind of thing. So I just feel it. I think that's just a red herring. Like, they try to make it like, oh, Solo, of course Solo's going to be talking to him. And he knows how much that is, you know, causing friction between all of them you know.
We need the wise man to show up and make everybody get on the same page.
What do you think that's going to happen?
I think Heyman's going to be I think the ship's going all over the place, and I think that Heyman's going to be the rudder that's going to guide them in the right direction.
So do you think they lose at SummerSlam, Survive, whatever, War Games?
No, I think they win at War Games.
What if Paul Heyman's not back by then? That's what I mean. Like, do you think if they lose at War Games and
I don't think
you
can drag this out. I mean, even Bucky thinks so. They're going to keep they're going to keep fighting each other after War Games.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that War Games is going to be the uniting factor that gets the old bloodline.
When is War Games?
Right now it's Jimmy, it's Jay, it's Roman.
Right.
They're not
bloodline. Yeah.
I mean, they all stood up there and put their arm up together, but they're just three guys in there fighting a common enemy.
Right.
But when you get and maybe Sami Zayn, maybe I don't know, maybe Cody. Maybe Cody and Sami Zayn, maybe The Rock. Maybe The Rock comes in and it's 5-on-5, or I don't know. But I think that the War Games is what's going to make them. Now we're a unit, and now the war starts and the march to WrestleMania.
I wouldn't mind seeing The Rock come back, or somehow the wise man gets The Rock to join. I don't want Cody in this. I want him away from all this.
And I also don't think that Tribal Chief. I don't know how you get Roman back to being the tribal chief in all this. Because the Usos have made it clear they're not there to bend the knee.
Right. They're not. I mean, yeah, it's not. What, I can't remember what he was saying. It's not you.
Or they're not all going to stay good for very long. And then this picture that we're looking at is going to run roughshod over the WWE.
All of them?
All of them.
Interesting.
Because they are family. And once the family gets back in check, and then look at it. You got the tag champions. You got the U.S. champ. You got enough. So you got your tag champions, your U.S., your Intercontinental, your World, your Universal. And one of them could go get the NXT for just good measure.
What I wish, and I know, I mean, it's either Rikishi, like I wish they would bring someone in from that's family that is
It'd have
older.
to be Rikishi.
Yeah. I mean, and not just, and not be like, okay, boys, quit fighting. Just that is like the elderly. I don't know. Like you said, it'd be interesting if he kind of gave an edict.
Quit fighting with each other and conquer everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. Something to that effect, or, be interesting. Excuse me. It'll be interesting.
Then we had Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins.
I could have done without this match. I was disappointed that Seth Rollins won. I think Bronson Reed needed the win. And I don't feel, again, because Bronson Reed did not win, I don't even see the point of this match to me. I think it
Yeah.
just killed it. You know, I mean, what are we doing here? That's just me. What do
Yeah.
you think?
I don't think it would have hurt. It wasn't going to hurt Seth to lose.
No. I mean, he's like, what is it that he does? It's not a typhoon. What is it called? The move. Oh Lord. Anyway, I
Now
mean,
it took
Bronson Reed's
it,
doing 50,000. What is
and it
COVID?
took
I'm sorry.
it took a bigger. I mean, he had to elevate the curb stomp to get the win. But still, I think that
Ooh, look
this
what
could have
Willie
been
said.
this could have been drug out a little bit longer.
Definitely. I really think Bronson
It
Reed
wasn't
should have
time for
won.
Seth to get his win.
I agree. Bronson Reed should have continued his momentum as a killer. And I just don't know. Tsunami. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Andrew. I knew it was something.
NXT is live from the ECW arena this week. Is it possible we see the return of Paul Heyman?
Oh, Lord. Interesting.
I would say yes, but they're stacking it up with ECW. Like Francine's going to be there. Don Marie's going to be there. I think they're going to go with ECW originals and not Paul Heyman. I think they're saving Paul Heyman for the bloodline. I mean, if Paul Heyman's there, why are they not asking him, are you going back to the bloodline? What's your take on this bloodline situation? So I think Paul Heyman stays away. I don't think Paul Heyman needs to be there, but I think they're going to pack it with so many ECW originals. How cool would it be if they played Enter Sandman and Sandman came out and cut a promo?
Could be interesting. We'll just have to watch and see it, right?
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was, the fact that they're bringing Francine in and the fact that they brought Don Marie in, I didn't have it on my scorecard that I was going to see Don Marie on WWE television in 2024.
True. No, I do understand that. And she probably didn't either. But maybe she did with Paul Heyman going into the Hall of Fame. Maybe thinking they might do some more stuff.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like that they're going in that venue.
Yeah.
I like they're going to do a show in that venue. I only gave this one 2 jars. And I probably wouldn't have gave it that much, except that he didn't just beat him with a regular curb stomp.
Yeah.
I liked this match. This match cracked me up a little bit.
How come?
Because these ladies had so much glitter, rhinestones, and stones, just all kinds of jewelry attached to their gear.
Yeah.
That there's a camera shot at the end of the match of the mat, and it looked like a hardcore match from so much stuff falling off their gear.
I was thinking, especially Bianca and Jade. I'm like, man, could you imagine her landing? Like Bianca had all the jewels all everywhere. And I was like,
and she does her own gear.
Well, but I was just sitting there thinking, like, could you imagine, like, if she body slammed or if she did some kind of move on you where she was, hits you, like you're getting hit with all those jewels too. Like that had, that'd be like walking on a bunch of Legos. You know what I mean? Like, I bet that hurt.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you go back, just watch at the end of the match, just the way that the mat looked.
That's funny.
Io and
Kairi Sane.
Huh?
Kairi
Sane and Io. They do things beyond what I think they should be able to do. But it's not like it's unbelievable. It's like when I see Darby Allin take down Brian Cage. Like he shouldn't be able to do that.
True.
Io and Kari do things. They remind me of the Great Kabuki. He was not a large man compared to who he was fighting, but he was such a badass that he was effective. He was a believable monster. I'm not calling either one of these ladies monsters. I'm just saying that I noticed that they do things beyond what I think they should do, but when they do them, I don't find them to be unbelievable. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I do, you know what? I do think they're monsters in the women division. They are phenomenal. Like, it is unreal. Like you said, they throw themselves off things, but not in a Darby Allin way.
They're not a gimmick. They're not a gimmick like Asuka. Asuka's a great wrestler, but she's a gimmick.
They are, well, she's turned her, or someone has turned her into a gimmick. She was not,
she's more gimmick than flat. I mean, her gimmick used to be that nobody could beat her.
Right.
And then Chelsea Green and Piper. Man, Chelsea Green is the MVP of the women's division. There's nothing this woman can't do.
Right.
And Bianca and Jade are incredible. You know how I feel about Jade Cargill. I'd risk it all.
I know.
Love Jade Cargill. And
I think
Jackson,
go ahead and try.
One of them's named Jackson and the other one's named, they came out, I know who they were. They're recently called up. I don't know who they are.
Darn it.
I called them Foreplay by accident on the other day, and they corrected me.
Foreplay.
They're something play. I don't know what they're called.
I gotta look it up now. You've got
me. We got to talking before we went on.
Something Jackson, not Action Jackson.
No,
that sounds stupid. Keep going. I'm sorry.
They're impressive, is what I'm telling you. And the tall one matched up. I mean, actually looks. The bodysuit didn't help Jade's presentation because you couldn't see how ripped and muscular she was in that bodysuit. But the other lady's bodysuit left nothing to the imagination.
You know, I think that's so interesting.
They're covered up like the culture.
Right.
But Lord Almighty.
But don't you think
what I'm saying is her and Jade, she's bigger than Jade, and she was as physically impressive as Jade. Now, the next time I see them on NXT or Raw or SmackDown, Jade will go back to being impressive because she'll have her gear on that you can tell just how impressive her physique is. I apologize that I don't know these two ladies' names.
I'm going to tell you what they are.
Metaphor.
Legend. And Jakara Jackson. Legend? Is that Lash Legend? I knew that was okay. Yeah. Lash Legend. I will say this though.
But Metaphor is the team name.
Oh, Metaphor is the team name?
Jackson is impressive. Lash is impressive. Those ladies, I didn't know anything about them going in, but I see why they're there going out.
But I'll tell you what, if this match did not have Kairi Sane and Io Sky, I don't think it would have been as well because they were flying around.
It was too much.
What was too much?
The match was too much. There's too many people in this match.
Okay, I could see that.
Too many people in this match. It was like we're all doing stuff. It's time to go home. It's over.
Well, if you take one of these groups out, I think you didn't need Piper and Chelsea Green. They were kind of the fodder for you know what I'm saying? Like, I think if you were going to take a group out, that would be the group I would take out because they didn't do anything, but they were comedic as with like Kairi Sane and Io Sky were like bouncing off, like they were making everybody else look good. I feel like Piper and Chelsea Green were there for comedic, like Piper accidentally squashed Chelsea and Chelsea accidentally ran. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you had to get rid of a group.
And coming out of this match now, I want to see Bianca and Jade against Metaphor.
Yeah, Lash Legend. That is such a weird name because I always think about Lash LaRue, who you see on ad-free shows.
But
And
that's my takeaway from the match is that I want to see a tag team match between those two teams.
it could be interesting.
Because Jackson is every bit as impressive as Jade.
I don't
Jade
know.
does not. She don't. Jade doesn't tower her like she does some of the others.
Well, then who compliments who? If those 4 women are wrestling, like I said, Kyrie Sane and Io Sky were complimentary. They're bouncing off. They're making them look good. How are you going to make these 4 women like who is going to make who look good? See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, Bianca is your veteran, and I don't know how that would work. Not saying they can't work. I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying I don't know if I'd be that interested in that match.
Mm.
They're all very impressive and very impressive looking, but maybe down the road, I don't know, for the titles or something. I mean, that could work.
I'm ready to see, but I'm ready to see Chelsea break away.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see Chelsea with a hell of a singles run.
They had the chance to.
Yeah.
They had the chance with the what was it?
Elimination Chamber.
Well, what was the garbage can? What was that whole? What was that for? The garbage match that she had, was that on NXT? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, that was they were in a cage.
The garbage can was in a cage?
Yeah, because either Io or Kari jumped off with the garbage can on their head.
No. I'm talking about Chelsea, like the dumpster match. Like there was.
Oh yeah.
Who did she do that with?
Meechin. Yeah, me.
Oh, okay. Was that for something?
No, it was just a grudge match.
I mean, and I get it, and maybe she's decided, or maybe she's realized like this is her spot, and she's going to make it 1000% her, and that's wonderful. I don't know if people. I mean, she's going to have to make a major turn, like you said, at the Elimination Chamber. Like she would have to leave all of that, everything behind, and maybe that's not.
They can heat her up though.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think she's talented. I wish she would get more of a push, but I think she's going to have to leave some of that
She
behind.
can do anything they want her to, and she always has. I mean, look what her work in TNA is the bride, is the jilted left at the altar bride.
Exactly.
But this match, I give it 2 in a mouthful. It was just too much going on.
Yeah, I could see that.
This match didn't need LA Knight.
This match did not need to be on the card.
I don't know, man. Give me Andrade and Carmelo. I'm loving this series that they're doing. But I mean, they did most of the heavy lifting in this match.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I would have enjoyed it more if LA Knight wouldn't have been there. I'm not as high on LA Knight as everybody else is.
How come?
I don't know. The chase. I think I like him chasing.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, that always makes more sense.
I felt like where he was at, he was just a victim of no room in the main event picture.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, you're highlighting him right now without having Gunther beat him.
Mm.
I don't think he gets near Cody Rhodes.
Mm-mm.
But I think that was where all the way back to the push towards WrestleMania, there was no room for him there.
Right.
And I think that this is what we're doing. And I like him. But it's kind of like when Hangman won the world title, and then Hangman, it was like, okay, now what?
Right. Well, I think, like you said, it's always better for a heel to have the belt because you want the baby to chase. And it is, and once they catch him, it is, unless you have something, made, then it's kind of like, well, like you said, now what? And so we get a 3-way.
Yeah. Which was very good. It's a good three jar match for me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, for this show, I was like, I don't even know why it's on this show, but that was me. Here's another one that.
No, this did what it needed to do. This needed. I mean, we already had too many matches.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that this was a no contest and they brawled, it's not over. It's not over. We've serviced. We've shown now. I think that I even like that Randy RKO'd Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis hightailed it. and Adam Pearce called him out and said, Raw general manager takes an RKO, SmackDown general manager's nowhere to be found.
Mm-hmm.
I like what they're doing there. This was fun. A nice no contest.
Yeah, I see that now.
And I think it just it served a purpose to, you know, there didn't need to be a winner or loser in this one.
True. No, that's very true.
And we don't get non-finishes very often anymore. So
did it even start?
No, it's tag team before the bell. Never got started.
Never even got started. And like you were saying, it is good to see Crown Jewel kind of being looped in, and it's not just an event with a bunch of matches, and then we go back and
get
the pieces
and pretend like it was Patrick Duffy in the shower and it never happened.
You thought Liberace was a old people look up. I would like to know someone message us on Facebook if anyone under the age of 40 knows that reference. I will be very shocked.
It was all a dream.
It was all a dream.
Okay. Here we go with our first ever Crown Jewel champion versus champion match. Liv Morgan with Dirty Dom against Nia Jax.
I
wanted Nia to win.
Why? I'm just asking. Why? Ooh, Willie, how old are you?
Willie's a real one.
I want to know if Willie is under or over 40 because I said I want a very timely. I want to know if he's under or over 40. So,
okay. I wanted Nia to win, but seeing how it went after the match, after the card, I think it worked well with Liv winning. Nia does not come out looking bad for losing because you had Dominic, you had Tiffany. There's a lot going on.
You had Raquel. Exactly, Willie. That's what I said.
Raquel. I forgot Raquel. So Nia doesn't come out looking less than for not winning this match.
No.
She could not overcome those odds because you had Raquel, you had Dom, and you had supposedly Tiffany, who's on her side working against her.
Sure.
So,
and I think you have to be a little paranoid being the champion. You know, I mean, Tiffany could be your bestie, but
booking your champion versus your champion. I mean, the last thing in the world that you want is you want one of these belts to look less than.
Right.
And that's hard to book around. That's hard to book around with a clean finish.
But I think, like you said, I mean, when I first saw these matches come up, that this is going to be champion versus champion, I think we both, or I know I did. I'm pretty sure you did. We both knew whoever the winner was, it was going to be some fluky finish. It was going to be either interfere. Like there was no way there was going to be clean pins.
I'll be interested to see if we got bragging rights. Like, is Liv going to come out bragging that she's the Crown Jewel champion, that she beat Nia? Is she going to talk about Nia like Nia's less than her? Is Cody going to talk about Gunther like Gunther's less than him? I don't think that that's going to be the narrative.
No, I don't either. I don't want to say it's a one and done. I think it's not, because what would be the point? Like you said, unless you're going to.
They're never going to meet again.
Right.
There's no point. There's no unification.
Right. That's what I was going to say. The only reason why is if you were to do some kind of unification. And I feel like we just got these belts separated. So,
or maybe Night of Champions that Nia gets her win back.
Right. But
if these two are still champions at that point, but I don't think you have to. I think it was done in a way that Nia Jax did not come out looking less than.
Right. No. And again, I never thought going into it that there would be a clean finish and that someone would look weak.
I like Raquel as her heater. I like Raquel with Liv. It's a lot with Dom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that she needs them both. I don't know that Dom needs to be out there all the time, but
again, I wonder if the crown jewel wanted it. Like you said, like he's such a
Dom is the most over heel in the company.
Oh, definitely.
I think that eventually, we're starting to get to the point now where the crowd is starting to like Dom. They like to hate him. And his facials are so good. Like when Liv said that she was going to take Dom, when Tiffany said she was going to take Dom, she needed a little dirty in her life. And that look that Dom got, just his facials are so good. I mean, there's always a joke that was Eddie Guerrero's son, but I'm starting to think he is. God Almighty, he's so good.
He is very good. I like Liv too. I mean, she doesn't do things that make me feel it's unbelievable. Like she's very scrappy. She is jumping off stuff. Like she knows she's smaller.
Yeah.
So she's not body slam or she's not trying to do things.
She works within her realm.
Yes. And I do like that. And I feel like she's a believable champion. I know people don't. I mean, granted, she's also, has Dom helping and Raquel and everything else. But, I'm totally fine with her being the champion. I mean, I like it.
Most of her challengers are not Nia Jax. So she's not outclassed. I mean, she's not outsized that much just on the normal course of title of the women on her show.
Exactly.
But I gave it 4 jars. I was thoroughly entertained with it.
Yes, I agree.
I didn't like that she won, but I'm okay with it after seeing all the presentation that was going to take, the placement of the belts in the museum and everything. I think that she was. I think that she really, for the first time, struck me as an ambassador for the company.
Who? Liv? Yeah.
I mean, let's face it, Charlotte Flair wasn't there. But I saw that Liv could do those kind of appearances for the company, the way that she represented herself, because she went out of character. She went out of her bad guy character for that part. I mean, she's standing there with Cody.
And Cody shook her hand. You see him talking and stuff,
So, I mean, it's just that she plays her part well, but I saw her in a different light, that she can represent the company in that kind of manner.
Definitely. I agree. I concur.
And now the main event. The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, against the German Nightmare, Gunther. Gunther should have won this match.
I agree.
I wanted Gunther to win. I love Gunther. Gunther is my favorite wrestler in WWE right now.
Right.
I am 100% bought in on Gunther.
Yeah.
And I'm not dogging Cody.
No.
And for a minute there, I thought Gunther was going to get him, and I don't think it would have hurt Cody. But again, seeing what they did after with the belts and the government, the prince and the government.
Right. That's Cody's
And
role.
we know Cody represents the company.
Definitely.
But Gunther slaps that sleeper in, and Cody rolls it and gets that 1, 2, 3.
And I think too.
I mean, basically Gunther beat himself.
Exactly. And Cody is a more seasoned wrestler, so that part kind of made sense, like you said. Yes.
Willie says he likes the finish because nobody was buried. I didn't know how they were going to do it because I was ready for Cody to hit him with 2 or 3 crossroads, and he didn't.
Right.
Just that he didn't. It wasn't a schoolboy, and we've seen that finish before. But Gunther's sleeper hold worked against him. Then I like that Gunther shook Cody's hand.
I do too.
And talked a little to him, like you got me today, but you're not gonna get me again.
Right.
Gunther did not come out looking less than on this. I loved the match, and it's the only five jar. It's the only 5 jar that I'm on the show for me.
Ooh, 5 jars, eh? It was a good match. And like I said, it's one of those things where yes, after you look at the, at the end or whatever you said, how are they going to?
Yeah. You did business in the way business needed to be done, in a way that you did not hurt Gunther in the least.
Right.
Because getting beat by Cody Rhodes, there's no shame in getting beat by Cody Rhodes.
Well, and honestly,
the list is long but distinguished at this point.
Right. And if anybody is going to know how to, like you said, turn his sleeper into a position that he can win, like it should be Cody. It should be a veteran. It should be someone who's wrestled all over the place. Gunther has not wrestled someone in that. I mean, that's a good lesson for Gunther. That's how you get better. So, I mean, like you said, I think it was, yes. I think that the fact that it wasn't, like you said, hit him with 10 crossroads or whatever, it was a move that he got beat because he didn't realize he could get beat with it. You know what I'm saying? I think that was good.
Yeah. Willie Buck says, Pondwater Dave and Amy Elliott Vaughn, Cody Rhodes is one of the best wrestlers ever there. You are correct, Willie. He is.
Definitely.
He is the crown jewel champion.
Yes. Yes, he is.
I was impressed with it. I really was. I love the belts. The more I looked at them, the more they were presented. I like how they had them in that case. I would like to know how many legitimate jewels are in that belt, because I know that I would not be surprised if the Saudi government did not buy those belts, and they are probably packed with fine stones. And
I was going to say,
no, the $1 million belt. The $1 million belt actually had real diamonds in it. Nobody knew where they were. It was only 1 or 2.
Well, that makes sense.
But they said it's diamond belt, real diamond. It was real, but you couldn't know because the boys be popping the stones out of them.
That's funny. They had to protect the belt from the boys. But no, I'm with you. I guarantee that is those jewels.
I'd like to know who made those belts. If Wildcat made those belts, then man, that's his masterpiece, because Wildcat makes good belts. I mean, he is the belt maker for WWE for the most part.
Well, let's just.
I'm sure that there was a jeweler involved.
Oh Lord, yes.
With that belt, I would love to know. WWE could do a making of the Crown Jewel belts documentary, and I would be all in it. And maybe I can start asking some questions as to who made it. And I know Wildcat watches the live podcasts on ad-free shows. So maybe if I see him in the group chat on Tony's show, when Tony Schiavone does his live, maybe I can ask him in the chat and he'll answer me.
Is that tonight?
Yeah, they go on Monday nights.
Yes. I try to look it up. It doesn't say anything.
Stay up that late, but I'll normally catch the first 30, 45 minutes if I can.
Yeah, I really enjoy it. I mean, I don't get to, I just listen. I don't really, I can put my earbuds in and everybody else around me could be kind of going on. But it's quite entertaining.
So, to wrap it up for me, when we're talking about jars of pond water, Crown Jewel 2024 got four jars from me.
Really interesting.
Solid 4-jar. How'd you feel about it, Amy?
I liked it. Like I said, I kind of was like, I kind of wished for, like I said, I didn't think Bronson Reed should have lost. I thought that could have been a good win for him. Until you pointed it out, I wasn't really crazy about the whole Kevin Owen, Randy Orton thing, but I see what, like you said, I guess I'm not used to being part of the storyline. So I wasn't too crazy about the LA Knight, Andrade, and Carmelo Hayes match. Like you said, I think now maybe it was really because LA Knight, it wasn't really a cohesive match. And so, like you said, the heavy lifting was really done between Andrade and Carmelo Hayes, but I did like it. I watched it, yesterday. I can't remember what I was doing. I was running around, I guess, on Saturday. So I didn't get a chance to watch it. I was with my sister. I did not get a chance to watch it when it was live, but I watched the replay and I sat and watched it. Like I didn't get bored or fast forward any, whatever. So I did like it. I could have done without a couple matches.
I guess the question I could ask you is, if you would have had to pay $39 to watch this show, would you have had buyer's remorse? Because that's how I used to. If I watched a pay-per-view, did I have buyer's remorse for it? And with Peacock and the network, that takes the buyer's remorse out of it, because
it really does.
Right. So that's what I asked myself is, would I have felt screwed at $40 for this show? I would not have.
I probably wouldn't have either, honestly. I'm like you. I'm a little spoiled. If I'm buying a pay-per-view, FTR is going to be on it, if you can tell from my shirt. Those are the only pay-per-views that I will purchase. And I have Peacock, so it kind of goes. But like I said, I took my time to watch it on a Sunday afternoon when I had football and different things going on, and I did enjoy it. Yeah.
Well, it doesn't look like Tim Robbins is with us. I was trying to wait. But it's time to talk about Big Time Belts. It's a very special edition of Big Time Belts commercial. As we've told you, if you watch us regularly, Big Time Belts, Facebook.com, making belt dreams come true. And one guy in particular who's had huge belt dreams for 15, 16 years now is Tim Robinson from AMW, American Made Wrestling. He has had his heavyweight belt made, his junior heavyweight belt made. He's had his tag team belts made. And there was a woman, her name was Claudia. Claudia wrestled for Tim, wrestled all through North Texas and all and throughout the Southeast. Claudia was incredible. She was really good in the ring. She was.
Mm-hmm. I don't like how you said she was.
Because she's no longer with us. She passed away a few years ago.
Mm.
And
I was afraid of that.
And we were all heartbroken by it. Her real name was Jackie. She's always a joy to be around, joy to work with.
Mm-hmm.
I got to hang out with her a few times. She's my oyster buddy. She was the only one in the group that would eat oysters with me when we go somewhere that had raw oysters. But anyway, so Tim made his women's belt as a tribute to Claudia.
I did not
put her prominently on the main plate.
I love it. I did not know that part of the story. I saw the belt off Tim's page.
It's a tribute to Claudia.
That's awesome.
As you can tell, it's based on the Ring of Honor women's belt.
Uh-huh.
Also, Well, we'll get to that. I'll wait till we get to the end, and we'll talk about the Ring of Honor women's belt. Of course, we got that AMW logo up there. I like the white in there. Look at the stars on the American flag.
I like it.
He went with the white stones. He asked me, and I told him go with white stones, and he listened to me on that. I like the white stones. I think it really pops them. Got the ladies with the headlock on the side plates.
Love it.
Black leather with red backing. Big Time Belts is your hookup with these custom leather jobs now. He's got look at this. You can see the stones. I'm using my mouse and you can't see it. So if you're not watching, you go find us, pwdpod.com. Take you to our YouTube channel. Watch this just to see how beautiful that this belt is.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to kick myself. I did not get the logo plate. Oh, his logo plate. It says in memory of Claudia.
Oh, how sweet.
And I don't have the logo plate. How did I miss the logo plate?
Maybe lots of great pictures.
You're gonna see it. You'll see it again. Y'all will see it again. But he put a logo plate on it. It says AMW Wrestling, but then above it, in the curve, it's in memory of Claudia, and that's Claudia in the ring. Barrett Brown's mom took that picture. That's at MPX.
Oh, she was at MPX?
That was at MPX in the old building. That was 2014, 3B photography. Stacy Brown took that picture. I saw her this weekend with Barrett. She her and her husband Jim, they're great people, and they travel with Barrett.
I know, I love that.
And so Big Time Belts can make all of your belt dreams come true. You can do tribute belts. You can do heavyweight belts for your promotion. You can do fantasy football belts.
We got a pretty awesome fantasy football belt. Oh, he's going to go shoot. He's going to go get it. It's nice.
We darn sure do.
We've got a very nice belt.
Big Time Belts is a proud sponsor of the Ram Network's Fantasy Football League. You see it's got the FFP logo, Filter Free Popcast, who's on hiatus right now. Got our Talking Wrestling with Pondwater Dave logo on there. The TNA Top 10. The TNA Top 10. And then Big Time Belts logo. The winner of our league at the Ram Network is going to get this belt. My wife beat TJ Stevens this week, taking sole possession of first place. But Big Time Belts can make your dreams come true. Go to facebook.com, join the group Big Time Belts. Muhammad Zubair is doing great work. And this last week on Ring of Honor, the forever Ring of Honor Women's Champion Athena had a party in the ring to celebrate her accomplishments, and she was gifted a belt from, I don't know the woman's name that's in her stable. One of her minions gave her a belt, and Athena's picture's in the middle of the belt, and it spins.
I love it.
And Big Time Belts made that belt.
Really?
Our boy Muhammad Zubair has a wrestling belt on a national promotion, the second biggest promotion in the world here in the United States.
They totally saw
television. Big Time Belts doing big time things. Facebook.com, and we want to thank them for sponsoring our podcast. And Tim, I think it's so tremendous that you honored Claudia that way. And I hope, and I know that she'd love it, and I hope that I hope her family loves it, and I hope anybody that ever worked with her and loves her loves it too. That was a great thing that you did, honoring her with your women's championship belt.
Definitely.
And with that being said,
It's time for Amy's trivia. Think you have the facts? Let's play and see.
Ta 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 ta. All right. So since we talked about Crown Jewel, I thought we'd do a little trivia on Crown Jewel. So,
all right.
Dave, how many Crown Jewel events have taken place? Have we
Wait a
had?
minute. Willie makes a great point. It's too bad we never see Athena on TV, though. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I like that she's prominently featured on Ring of Honor. She's got a great spot on Ring of Honor. For whatever reason, she's not on the AEW. She's not in that mix. They don't use her on AEW programming, which goes to show you that they say the best wrestle there, but apparently they don't, because I'd put her up against any woman on the roster. I'd put her up against any woman on any roster. She's knowledgeable. I truly believe that she is one of the best women in the world, and Pro Wrestling Illustrated thinks so too. They ranked her 6th this year.
Cool.
So, I mean, I could get on my soapbox, but it is what it is.
Question 1. How many Crown Jewel events have taken place?
Gianni and Catherine are saying 5, but for some reason, I want to say it was 6. I want to say I heard 6 on the broadcast.
Oh, that is correct. It has been 6. They started in 2018. You had one in 2019. 2020 skipped because of COVID. And then we've had one every year since. So 21 through 24. So there has been a total.
I felt like I heard 6. I felt like I heard Willie Buck did too.
Yes. Well, very good. You all, like I said, you weren't too far off. Maybe you weren't counting this current one, but yes, it was. There have been 6.
I'm off to a good start on this one.
You are. All right. Next question.
Gianni Martello says, I agree, Dave, and she is a very sweet person. Also, I absolutely love her. I've known her since she started.
Mm-hmm.
Her and her husband, Matt, I love them dearly. I do. They're great people. They are 2 of the most genuinely best, nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. The first Crown Jewel event held a WWE World Cup tournament. Who was the winner of the tournament?
So if you remember this was one of the things that they did. They had a tournament, 8-man tournament.
I know who won it.
And so who won it?
I'm waiting to see. I'm gonna let.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna let them guess in the chat.
So
come on, Willie.
Your options are Shane McMahon, Dolph Ziggler, The Miz, or Seth Rollins. One of these gentlemen won the Crown Jewel WWE World Cup tournament. I've got an A.
5 seconds. 4 seconds.
We need the
3
music.
seconds. 2 seconds. 1 second. It was Shane McMahon. Gianni and Willie Thornbrew got it as well.
That is correct. It was Shane. Shane stepped in for The Miz, who was actually scheduled to wrestle against Dolph Ziggler in the finals.
Didn't they call it the Best in the World tournament?
I do not remember.
Because I want to say I want to say Shane was calling himself the best in the world.
Might have been.
Because it was some speculation about CM Punk, and I think it was just a shot at him.
Possibly. And that was one of the things that was like, again, why did you have Shane McMahon win? But it was just so weird.
Well, Shane screwed the Miz on that deal, and they were tag team partners, and
right. But I mean, why would you even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's weird. All right. In the 2021 Crown Jewel event, At the 2021 Crown Jewel event, out of the 10 matches booked, how many of them were gimmick matches?
I'm totally going to guess at this one.
Well, it's either 3, 4, 5, or 6. So there are 10 matches. How many of them were gimmick matches?
God, I'm glad Vince is gone. I'm going to say B4.
We got some 3s. We got some 4s. You want to do a 5-second countdown?
We're going to get that answer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It was C. It was 5.
5. Look at us.
So we had a Hell in a Cell match between Edge and Seth Rollins. We had the Queen's Tournament, which was between Zelina and Piper Nevins. We had a No Holds Barred match. We had a triple, let me see, the No Holds Barred match, was that between Goldberg and Lashley? We had a King of the Ring match, which was between Xavier Woods and Finn Balor.
Goldberg wrestled Lashley?
Mm-hmm. And a No Holds Barred match in 2021. Yep. And then we had a triple threat match between Sasha, Becky, and Bianca.
So the landscape of WWE sure has changed a lot in 3 years.
No kidding. So yes, that was, so there was 5 gimmick matches on that.
All right.
At the 2022 Crown Jewel event, how many women appeared in or around the ring during the event?
Man, I heard this.
Is it 5, 10, 15, or 20? Now, do remember in 2019 was the first women's match. In 2018, there were no women on the card, but Renee Young was allowed to do commentary. And then we had our first match in 2019. So we have been progressing, obviously, as long as the women are completely covered up in.
Yeah, that was Natalya and Lacey Evans.
Right. But, you know, it's so
Is that
interesting.
Going to be a question? Did you have that as a question? Okay.
No, because I figured that was too known, so I didn't answer it.
Yeah.
But you know what?
It surprised me because they said it was Natalya and Lacey Evans when they were talking about the women in Saudi Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with 15.
We've got 10. Catherine thinks 10. See,
oh, no. Was this the Greatest Rumble?
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm still going 15.
The Greatest Rumble was before, and there were no women. So the Greatest Rumble was before the Crown Jewel thing started, you know. That was kind of like their kickoff, or I don't know what it was called. What'd you go with?
I went with 15.
Should have gone with the women. Catherine knew there was 10.
Get Catherine go.
So let's see here. So we had a tag team match between Dakota Kai, Io Sky versus Alexa Bliss and Asuka. So there's 4. Scarlett accompanied Karrion Kross to the ring. So there's 5. Whenever Karrion Kross was going against Drew McIntyre, Rhea Ripley was with Judgment Day when they were going against the OC. So there's 6. Bianca and Bayley were for the title, which is 8. And Jessica and Daphne were the refs. So they had 2 refs. So there's 10. So that's a big jump from 2 to 10.
Daphne is such a good referee.
Yeah, I like her. What's her last name?
Jessica's a great referee too. I'm just saying Daphne's just, I really enjoy watching her referee. She is the epitome of work, don't watch.
Mm.
I get that from her. And I'm not saying that Jessica watches. I'm not dogging Jessica or anybody else.
No.
The WWE, for the most part, has excellent referees. You can't poke holes in what they do very often.
Right. It's okay to like a
blue moon when they mess something up. I thought they kind of messed something up on the show because I could have swore Roman didn't kick out and got counted 3. But the camera, I mean, I know somebody jumped in to break up the pin, but it looked like from the camera angle, it looked like because Roman wasn't kicking out.
Right.
And it looked like his arm went down.
Mm.
But sometimes a referee cannot stop their hand.
Right. Even though they've moved, like you're just, and then just come up and be like, 2.
It's okay for a referee to count 3 and jump up and immediately wave it off. I couldn't stop my hand. I tried to stop it.
Sure. Well, that makes sense. If you're coming down and they move.
Because you don't want that
quickly.
hesitation. Like, they're supposed to kick out, and you don't want that. You want to be consistent with your 3 count.
Definitely. Yeah. You don't want to look like you're waiting for it. Like, come on, kick out. Yeah. We definitely do not want that. Next question. In the 2023 Crown Jewel event, how many matches out of the 8 booked were single matches? 1, 3, 5, or 7? 2023.
I have a hard time believing they only did 1 tag team match. I'm going to say 5 because they probably had 2 tag team matches and a 3-way.
We'll see if anybody in the chat wants to throw out some numbers to us.
Or more.
You're going to give me a countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
It was 7.
Oh.
The only match that was not a singles competitors match was a fatal 5-way between Rhea Ripley. Yeah.
Our producer messed up the she didn't. What season of Telvin Up would we see 2 female winners? At least she got the.
That's no problem.
So there was 7, huh? 7 of the 8 matches were singles matches.
Mm-hmm. The only one that wasn't was the fatal 5-way between Rhea Ripley, Nia Jax, Raquel Rodriguez, Shayna Baszler, and Zoe Starks for the women's champion. Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Oh, yeah, I definitely. That's right, Gianni.
You're funny.
All right.
But I thought that was fun how it went from, last question. How many Crown Jewel main events has Roman Reigns been a part of? Has it been 1, 3, 5, or 7?
Well, let's see. There's been 6 of them. So I'm going to say he's been the main event for 5 of them.
Anybody else out there want to throw out a guess?
Gianni says he's only been the main event for 1 of them.
Interesting.
I know it's been more than 1 because we had Logan Paul. We had the
current one.
We had Drew McIntyre. We had.
Catherine says 5.
All right. The answer's coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3.
It was 2020. Willie. Yeah, Willie got
Willie
it.
Came in with 3 right before I counted.
It was 2021.
She did a rush job. She said, "What time?" She goes, "Are y'all doing the pod?"
Fine.
She said, "Are y'all doing the pod tonight?" I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Oh shit, I got to do trivia."
We got to tell our producer when we're going to do it. 2021, it was Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. In 2022 was Roman versus Logan Paul. And then 2023, it was Roman Reigns versus LA Knight. So he's only been part of 3 main events.
Okay. And that was it.
That was it. I do want to say just another little extra trivia if you're interested in it. Bianca Belair has been on the Crown Jewel event 4 times. She's the one. She's the only woman that's been on it 4 times. Io Sky, she has made 3 appearances. She has been in it every year since 2022. So she did 2022, 2023, and 2024. And then Bianca Belair has been on one ever since 2021. I thought that was interesting. Like just when I was doing the research for it of who women, especially who has shown up the most, maybe who do they like seeing work? I don't know, but I thought that was interesting.
All right.
Da, 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 da.
I want to tell everybody, I want to take a moment right now to tell everybody about the Ram Network. We've already talked about the fantasy football at the Ram Network. What is the Ram Network? Wrestling and more. That's what the Ram stands for, wrestling and more. We have footballers. Timmy C and Dollar Dave are telling you how to gamble on footballers every week. We're doing world-class flashback, me and Timmy C. We're going to have a watch-along this Thursday night at 7 o'clock on the Ram Network. The Ram Network members. We're going to watch International Star Wars, June 17th, 1983. World-class championship wrestling from Reunion Arena.
Was 1983 your favorite year of wrestling?
Okay, 1983 was absolutely my favorite year of wrestling. We have Kevin Von Erich challenging for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Giant Baba's on this show. Jumbo Charuta's on this show. The Fabulous Freebirds defending the American Tag Team Championships against Kerry Von Erich and his surprise opponent, Bruiser Brody. The Freebirds are none too happy that Bruiser Brody is teaming with Kerry Von Erich.
That would have been interesting.
Be my first time. That was my first time to see Bruiser Brody in person. The Iceman, King Parsons, and Buddy Roberts are having a hair match on this show. The Texas title is held up, and David Von Erich and Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin will be fighting for the vacant Texas Heavyweight Championship.
Who did you say Iceman Parsons was having a hair versus hair match?
Buddy Roberts.
Ew, okay.
And it's not where they cut the winner gets their hair cut. They use the Freebird hair cream. The Freebird hair cream was what they used to blind Junkyard Dog when they were in Mid-South, resulting in a dog collar match because the dog collar had Michael Hayes attached to the Junkyard Dog because Junkyard Dog was blind, and so he was able to find him at the end of the chain.
Interesting. Oh, so they
did
brought
big
that
business
in
in the New Orleans Superdome.
I bet
with this Freebird hair cream, and that's what's going to be used. International Star Wars was a great show. And we're going to watch it this Thursday night on the Ram Network. So join us over there for that.
Definitely.
Wrestling Rewind is where we're watching CWA. Dollar Dave and myself, we're watching 1988 Memphis. Having a great time. The last episode was that Jeff Jarrett poster gimmick. They were selling this Jeff Jarrett poster. Oh God Almighty! If you got to check it out. You got to check it out. It was they were selling this poster for $10. He had his snakeskin boots and his stonewashed jeans, and
heck yeah,
shirtless, and had his hair like he liked it. And I mean,
they made it into
a gimmick. They made it into a gimmick, like he was embarrassed for them to show the commercial, and Jimmy Jack Funk comes out, and it's a whole deal. And we're just, and then we got Eras, the new generation, what mid-90s WWF, and just content galore. The Audience with the Belt Pope got a new one coming up shortly.
Awesome.
I think we're going to talk about the Missouri Heavyweight Championship on the next episode, which was widely considered as a stepping stone to the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. No, I do not have the poster, Gianni. That is my holy grail item now. I must have one. I want to text Jeff and ask him, Jeff, is there any of these posters? Because I mean, I've looked. It's a grail item now for me. I'm gonna get me. I want this Jeff Jarrett poster.
Oh, that'd be so fun. Yeah, if anybody has any leads on them, let Pondwater know.
So the Ram Network, $5 a month for lots of great content. Join us. Come on and join us Thursday night for the watch along. We're going to have a great time.
Exactly.
The first one that we're doing. Pondwater Dave, did you go to Bayou Independent Wrestling Show last Saturday? I did, sir. We talked about it earlier in the episode.
He reffed.
I did ref. Got Spring Hill, Louisiana is going to be our next show on the 16th. a week from Saturday. And that'll be my last show of the year. I'm going to be unable to do West Monroe December 28th, unfortunately. We're doing Christmas with the family. Not unfortunate for that. It's just that I missed that show. Caleb Conley's going to be in to challenge Bam Bam Malone for the BIW championship, and it's killing me. Absolutely killing me. I can't be there for that.
But look at you being a good papa and whatever, and going to have Christmas.
Well, our kids are grown. Our kids are married. Stephanie's on her second marriage. So her kids have two sets of, her dad's side of the family, mom's side of the family. My kids are the same situation. They're married. They've got their mom. Trying to get all the kids together in December. So Stephanie's bunch is the 28th of December. That's when we can get all them together. And then we're still working on a date for Miller Christmas for Texas.
Oh, so you don't even have that one yet.
I'll either go there or they'll come here. I went there last year, so they might come here this year. I don't know. We'll go talk about it.
That'll be fun.
Gearing up for Thanksgiving.
Didn't one of them hit a deer the last time though?
Last time she came down, yes, she did hit a deer.
I was gonna say tore her car up, right? Or did
totally.
That's what I thought.
Absolutely, totally. She had an Audi. She had a really nice Audi, and
I thought so.
Did
I thought that's what
almost $19,000 worth of damage to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, but where there's lemons, there's lemonade. She got the Porsche that she's always wanted.
Must be nice to be Pondwater's child.
She's able to get her that Porsche that she's always wanted. So, hey, the kid works hard.
No,
kid works hard. Worked her ass off. Graduated from OU. And her and her husband. They don't have any kids. They got a couple dogs. They're able, I'm proud. I'm happy for them. And she let her daddy drive that Porsche, and it was hellacious. I was doing like 97s when she told me to get off the gas.
Oh, Lord.
I was on an on-ramp. It was out in Grapevine. There was a very long on-ramp to get on the highway. And I was so impressed. I've never drove a car that had that much get up and go in the upper gears. Like I'm not talking like 0 to 70 was fast. I'm talking 70 to 100 was fast.
Well, and I know you said FFP's on a hiatus, but tell them about Top 10. What they got going on.
They're
TNA Top 10.
Sorry. Yeah, you can jump off here and go over to Facebook. They're broadcasting live as we speak.
I know.
And they're in Top 10 sandwiches this week.
I think that'll be cool. And college football is basically what they talk about.
Yeah.
It's fascinating. Like, to me, someone who maybe I don't really follow it super well, but like Vanderbilt, and yes, I mean,
the first hour they're talking about Crown Jewel. They're talking about sandwiches.
Yeah.
Second hour, they take a break. They come back for hour number 2, and they talk about college football.
Yes, and there's so much going on in college football, and I've learned so much just listening to them talking, and they know the coaches' names and where they used to be and who their offensive coordinators are and all this stuff, and I thoroughly enjoy it. I really do like listening to them because they are very knowledgeable, and I get to learn stuff. So,
Pondwater Dave, how did my favorite wrestler, and that will be Ray Fury, do at his wrestling match last Saturday night at Bayou Independent Wrestling Show there? He was victorious over Vladimir Koloff.
I saw Vladdy Daddy whining about it.
Yeah, it looks like my day of reckoning for some of these stunts to get some viewers is going to happen in March.
Oh, okay.
Because Koloff and Camacho both are going to be on the same show.
Really? I think that we also need to, if you're not a subscriber to our channel, I would love to ask you to please go over there and click the subscribe button, because we have until March to get up to 1,000. And there are so many little goals. We're at like 650 right now. But Dave will do different things at all those little, milestones. 700, 800, 900. If he's going to be getting slapped around in March, we might as well add a few more things in there, right, Dave? You're cool with that, right?
No, we're done. I'm gonna. Hey, head over to Facebook and go to TWA Squared Circle Fan Club Ringmasters Wrestling School. It's a group. They've got a petition on change.org. I'll share that on the Pondwater Dave Twitter, on Talking Wrestling for Twitter, and on our Facebook page. They need 479 signatures. They're trying to get 5 Philadelphia Legends banners raised for them. I'm trying to read this as we're going. I recognize Nancy, and I recognize, is that Mikey Whipro?
Say that again. I'm sorry. What's the website?
Gianni, go in the chat. Who's the 5 wrestlers that we're trying to get? Yeah, I just looked at it. Gianni, who are the 5 wrestlers we're trying to get this banner raised for? Well, I'll just click on the link.
Oh, who are these people? Okay, I went to Gianni's Facebook page.
I got it here.
Oh,
Johnny Hotbody and the Tony Hitman Stetson, the Mad Dog DC Drake versus Larry Winters. The name, we want Johnny Hotbody, Tony the Hitman Stetson, Larry Winters, Mad Dog DC Drake, and Joel Goodhart.
That's so cool.
These 5 guys didn't have a chance to shine inside the legendary ECW, now 2300 arena, but should still be shown respect by hanging a banner in the rafters to honor these 5 guys. They've got 647. They got 647 signatures, I guess. So let's see if we can't jump in there and get them to 1,000. It don't cost nothing.
Who is this getting to? Who?
They're trying to get these guys' name in the rafters at the 2300 arena.
That's what I mean. Who gets this petition? Like, who has to get the petition to get the banners up? Is it the government, like Philadelphia? Is it? I'm just wondering. I'm sorry. Maybe I asked too many questions.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm just curious. I didn't know.
Now would not be. Now would not be the time for me to read it.
I understand.
But I'm all for getting independent wrestlers honored.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely. So let's do it. That's something I can vote for.
Yeah, really.
I can proudly vote for. All right, y'all. We want to thank y'all for joining us on this special Monday night edition of Talking Wrestling with Pondwater Dave. Amy, I can't thank you enough. It's always a pleasure to be here with you.
Oh, well, thank you. Same to you.
And look at us at 1:43.
It's a time change. I need to go to bed because it's dark and has been dark for about 4 hours now. No,
I know. Last night it was like 6:30 and I thought it was 8.
Exactly.
I was ready to go to bed. All right. Well, I don't know what night we're going to be on next week. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be Tuesday.
We like to keep everybody on their toes.
We've had a technical issue with our audio version of this podcast that I have got corrected, and the last week's episode will be uploaded tonight, and going forward we'll be back on track with our audio version. And I know that some of y'all listen to us that way, and I'm sorry for the delay. No, it's for the people who own the building. Chubby Dudley is in charge of it.
Okay. Thank you, Gianni. I just didn't know. Like I said, I was just curious. I wasn't.
Willie, the watch along is going to be Thursday night at 7 p.m. Central Time over at the Ram Network. And with that, we are going to get out of here. We will see you next week. If you haven't already voted, though, go vote. It doesn't matter who you vote for, but it just matters that you do. If nothing else, you did your part, and by doing so, you have the right to bitch about how messed up things are for the next 4 years, regardless of who wins.
Exactly.
If you don't vote, shut the hell up.
Totally agree.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Bye.